In 2018, people sitting alone in quiet houses started reporting a deeply unsettling experience. Their Amazon Echo devices were spontaneously letting out a short, mocking cackle. No wake word was spoken, and no commands were given. Amazon quickly patched the issue, explaining it away as an audio false positive. But the experience tapped into a growing modern anxiety known as the algorithmic uncanny, the creeping sensation that our digital spaces are occupied by entities we don't fully understand. This feeling sits at the core of the dead internet theory. It's the hypothesis that the organic, human-driven web we used to know has been quietly drowned out by an endless, automated loop of bots and AI-generated content. If the internet really is dead, these bizarre, seemingly unprompted outputs from artificial intelligence are becoming the ghosts of its afterlife. They are the new folklore of the digital age. To understand these modern digital ghosts, we have to look back at the internet's oldest mystery. In August of 1996, the early discussion system known as Usenet was flooded with hundreds of cryptic messages. They all shared the same bizarre subject line: Markovian parallax denigrate, followed by massive blocks of disjointed words. Users were baffled, and paranoid theories quickly circulated that these were intercepted CIA communications or secret spy codes. The reality was entirely mathematical. The posts were the output of an early text generation algorithm called a Markov chain, a basic spam bot designed to link statistically probable words together to bypass early forum filters. That 1996 ghost was a simple, easily explained mathematical loop sitting right on the surface of the web. But today's machine learning algorithms are infinitely larger, deeper, and far more opaque. When we descend into the hidden layers of large language models, the mathematical anomalies become highly disturbing. Back in 2018, a phenomenon dubbed TranslateGate revealed exactly how these systems break down. Users discovered that if they typed the word dog 18 times into Google Translate and asked the system to convert the text from Maori into English, the machine produced an explicit, terrifying end times prophecy. The translation warned that the doomsday clock was 3 minutes away from midnight, and that we were increasingly approaching the return of Jesus. This happens because of a mechanical flaw called corpus bias. When fed pure, repetitive nonsense, the AI desperately searches its training data for recognizable patterns. For low-resource languages, the largest translated text available is the Bible. The AI hasn't achieved sentience or found religion. It is a calculator backed into a corner, reciting the only vocabulary it has access to. If we push deeper into the visual layer of artificial intelligence, specifically text-to-image generators, the math begins to produce actual monsters. Take the Krungus. A user typed this entirely made-up, nonsense word into the crayon image generator, and the model consistently spit out the exact same horned, heavy metal aesthetic creature. An even more disturbing entity is Loeb, a macabre, hollow-eyed woman discovered by an artist who manipulated an AI's parameters using negative weights. Using negative weights tells an AI what not to generate. In this case, the artist commanded the AI to travel as far away mathematically as possible from the features of the actor Marlon Brando. This map is called the latent space, a high-dimensional geometry where an AI categorizes human knowledge. Loeb exists in a remote, isolated coordinate at the extreme edge of this space, surrounded entirely by macabre and gory training data. Krungus and Loeb aren't demons hiding in the code. They are simply mathematical edge cases, specific coordinates that happen to map the darkest corners of all human visual history. At the absolute bottom of this algorithmic descent, we find the human psychological flaw driving these myths: pareidolia. Pareidolia is the evolutionary instinct that forces the human brain to desperately search for faces, meaning, and intent inside random static and statistical noise. These AI models are not sentient beings trying to communicate with us. They are vast, multi-billion parameter mirrors reflecting billions of human inputs back at us. If the dead internet theory holds true, our automated web isn't haunted by machines. It is haunted by our own collective unconscious, scraped from decades of human websites and fed back to us. The ghost in the machine is a perfect reflection of humanity. As our networks become completely automated, we are actively writing the